Morning, happy Easter, happy Easter. You see the little bunny running around yet? I ain't seen no bunny rabbits. But I got chocolate eggs at the store the other day, so I guess they're not gonna come see me, huh? Hey, gonna do a little weekend wrap up here. I guess I need to take that down if for a minute here, and just touch on a few things that have been going on this weekend. The heck is on my mustache? Huh? Oh wow. It's a gray hair. Oh my God. Oh no, the world's coming to an end. Oh no. Oh no. Uh, can I get a latte in a safe space? Oh my God, give me the dog to hug. Pardon me. You have to excuse that. I just the gray hair thing. I don't know. What I want to touch on. I just want to touch on a couple things here. Going out the week here. Hope you folks enjoy your Easter weekend. And a couple things that have come up this week. The big thing is again Purdy Enterprises getting the thing, a true small business, getting a HUD contract. If you need help setting that up, you need some ideas, get a hold of me, Thomas. I do have a call in talking to them to see how they're going to hire for that contract. And I also think it's important that we address another issue. And this is the issue that kind of the nationals get banged a little bit for on pricing. The pricing generates from HUD, it generates from Fannie Mae, it generates from Wells Fargo and the banks, the mortgage holders, the client. That's where these numbers are generating from. So my question becomes, if HUD, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Altisource, or Ocwen, if Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all the mortgage, Green River, every single one of them, if they're the ones dictating pricing, why aren't we suing them? Why are we going after them for the employee independent contractor issue? The reality is this. I bill for my services according to my cost of doing business. They want to pay you according to their cost of doing business, not according to yours. And that's kind of backwards. That's what makes an independent contractor. So until that element leaves the industry, ladies and gentlemen, until the ability for you to sit down and write your own invoice with your numbers that you create on a break-even analysis, and you say, okay, it cost me $112 to do this. I need to make a margin of 30 bucks a service, 30% a service, whatever your margin is that your business needs to operate on so you can reinvest in yourself. Remember, the reason businesses fail is they're unable to reinvest in themselves. That's one of the very big reasons business fail. They're unable to reinvest in themselves. Very important that you not have just operating capital, but a little bit left over in case of an emergency, but you have to reinvest in yourself. And when I say reinvest in yourself, and we're going to pick on what the heck is that company? I'm going to pick on a company. This is embarrassing. It's disturbing on every level that, number one, somebody would put pricing this day and age out at this level. Number two, I don't know who the idiots are that are working with these people, but I am going to emphasize you're an idiot. You are the stupid. I'm like, I just do not understand how people, $14 a cubic yard, including hazards. I'm sorry. There's 336 1-gallon paint cans in a cubic yard, ladies and gentlemen. Get a grip. It cost me $6 a gallon to dump hazards. Think about that for a minute. A cubic yard of hazards? That could cost me up to $2,000 to dump. How the hell are you doing it for $14 a yard? You're not. You're breaking the law somewhere. Oh, Aspen Grove Solutions. Oh my goodness, they're crazy too. ACAS, $14 a cubic yard, $30 on an initial grass cut. Let's take a look at some of their pricing, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, I don't know who is doing this. I want you to figure something out here. Let's look. They're paying for an acre, 43,000 plus square feet. They're going to pay you $67. Excuse me? For an acre of land that takes you 4 hours to cut? That's not even minimum wage, for Christ's sake. By the time you get done with your transportation, by the time you get done paying, even if you paid somebody $10 an hour, it's going to take them 4 or 5 hours to cut it. That's $12 an hour times 4. That's $50 right there. How do you break even? You put the rest of the money in the lawnmower to operate the lawnmower and get there. You've paid your insurance. You paid all kinds. You're losing money, folks. Come on, get real. How does anybody agree to these numbers? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Vehicle removal, $50. It costs more than that to get a vehicle taken off a property. And if you're doing it without a wrecking license or without a permit, you're breaking the law. And I guarantee you right now, if you don't have a wrecking permit, you're violating the law of hauling vehicles off properties. You just can't go take them off a property. Check your state laws, ladies and gentlemen. This is where an organization, International Association of Field Service Technicians, starts looking real good, because these are issues that are being addressed by this organization. We're going to get to them in just a minute. Don't worry about them. I ain't forgot about them. But let's take a look at a lock set for the entranceway. They're paying like $30 or something for it. $35. $35. Takes you 45 minutes to do the front door. Took you 45 minutes to drive there, 45 minutes back. Okay, so we have an hour and a half, 2 hours, two and a quarter hours of labor. Now another 20 minutes to process your invoice and your pictures. So you got a little over 2.5 hours wrapped up in the lock change itself. Your gas there, your gas back, your time. We haven't even bought the locks yet, and we're over $35. Get real. Get real. And who is this company anyways to put this crap out? ACAH. Here's one for you. $11.25 for a CO2 monitor. They cost $35 frickin' dollars. How are you doing this? You can't do it, folks. You can't do it. So I don't understand how anybody, number one, is agreeing. Number two, how is this company in business? There's absolutely no way they're bonded to take this liability on. And keep this in mind. Everybody in the middle of the national and they're violating every frickin' law. They're not licensed. None of that. I'm telling you right now, start checking licensing, ladies and gentlemen. If a company is not licensed to conduct business in your state, they're cheating your state out of tax revenue. And that's what this all comes down to. Hearst v. Boozecheck, Bowerman v. FAS. Now, let's touch on that for just a bit before we go today. 2012. The writing was on the wall. Eric Miller continued to onboard companies like Michigan Realty Solutions, who was at the time stealing from people. They got numerous complaints. We'll keep an eye on him. We won't let him do that. That's what Eric Miller said. We're going to keep an eye on him. He is still a standing member, still stealing from labor. That's the character of Eric Miller. That is what Eric Miller's about. Pecuniary greed. Pecuniary greed, Mr. Miller, has got you by the tail right now, and you have a serious problem. And everybody on that board of directors for NAMFS has a serious problem. I don't want to go down that road, but you almost have to because of what is going on there. Keep in mind that as these court cases have come to fruition, Eric Miller has done nothing to support, to rectify this or straighten it out, or even made a comment. He hasn't even made a public comment on this, so you know that there's a problem. All I keep seeing is Miller trying to push out very positive things about the foreclosure market. Not about his organization, about the foreclosure market, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to give NAMFS a good light. There is no good light for you to stand under, Mr. Miller. You screwed up, and you're going to eat this one, and so are the members of your organization. The clearboarding polycarbonate stuff, it's a lie. That's a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the Fannie Mae reg says you can use a polycarbonate material, must be 3/16 inch thick. It does not have to be Secure View, or that's the way I read it. Get with me, and we'll go over that. But it says it can be. Let me see if I can pull it up here again. It did stipulate that it could be 3/16 inch as long as it was polycarbonate. Let me see here. Ultimate book, nope. Ultimate GMO guide. I got guides. Those are radio station. Oh yeah, radio time. You want to do some radio time? We got all kinds of deals on advertising. American Matters Media. But I'm going to read this last part of this right here. I'm going to read the section here where the question is, what type of material is acceptable for clearboarding? Does Fannie Mae prescribe specific criteria for thickness, impact resistance, translucency of materials, or installation methods for clearboarding? Currently, SecureView and Invisiboard have demonstrated their products have the appropriate quality and installation material processes, as well as an appropriate level of impact resistant thickness and translucence. In addition, very important, ladies and gentlemen, in addition, Fannie Mae will allow a minimum of 3/16 inch polycarbonate clearboard. They're referring to it as clearboard. It's a Lexan material. Talk to your local glass shop, folks. Just make sure you install it the way these people are wanting it so you don't get a chargeback. And let's talk about chargebacks now that we're on chargebacks. They're illegal, ladies and gentlemen. Once a service, and this is something I'm finding out more and more as we go along. Once a service has been approved and paid, they can't come charge you back for it. Period. They approved it, they paid it. They don't get to change their mind 2 years down the road. If a service has not been paid yet, then there's a hiccup or a hitch in the giddy up, as they say. But if not, if that service has been paid, that's your money they're stealing, and you need to file a 1099. We're still working on getting that information for everybody. But right now, it will not kill you. It will not hurt you to do this. And this is the reason. I talked with an accountant, and they were like, well, I can't believe this is really going on. If they're back charging you for something over a year old, this is what you have to keep in mind. It's out of the tax cycle. That service was already paid. You paid taxes on it. Think about this. You paid taxes on it. Now they're pulling that money back that you've paid taxes on. You deserve your tax money back. Bingo, hello. You paid tax on that money. So did they. Their tax cycles have done. So when they pull something out of 2015 or 2014 to back charge you or charge back today, that's illegal, ladies and gentlemen. And there is no account for that money. They're stealing the money. Wake up on this. They are stealing the money from you. You've completed services. They're taking money out of what you have coming. People are writing that off as a cost of doing business. That's stealing. File a 1099. The only way it stops is if labor comes together and starts filing the appropriate paperwork on this stuff. If you need help, contact me, that lunatic in the mountain guy. He'll help you out. Foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen, foreclosurepedia.org. You get up to the minute fraud reports. Again, a bunch of madness going on in the industry. Let me see here. Let me pull Foreclosurepedia up this morning and see what's going on over there for a minute. But and I'm seeing stuff all over the place here about people being hired. They bring people on and they don't. They bring people on and oh gosh, they're not qualified to do the job, so they got to be trained. Blah blah blah. Employee situations, employee scenarios. My question going out this week to everybody. Eric Miller, this new organization, iFast, breathing right down your neck, and you can feel them too. We're going to get to know this organization. We're going to get to know the members of the organization. We're going to get to know what they want. We're going to talk. We're going to send some stuff out to Brian Mingham over at National Real Estate Services. And of course, what is it? Pacific Preservation, PacPres, I think they are. We're also going to send stuff to NAMFS. We're going to talk to him, find out why. My question to Eric Miller, and I think everybody in the industry should be asking this, and the membership of NAMFS that is going along like business as normal, your companies and your butts are on the line because the problem involves tax revenue. Who's broke? Every state, our government, tax revenue. And if you don't think they're going to come get it, you bumped your head. If you think for some crazy thing that Miller can wave a magic wand and make it all go away, he cannot. It's too late. He could have done it back in 2012. He could have straightened it out. He could have said, hey, you know what? We made a mistake. We fixed it. What do we got to do? Now you can't. Now it's criminal. Now it's criminal because he has become an accessory over the last 5 years. And especially, I keep seeing companies recruiting, and I've asked every single company out there recruiting, how are you addressing the Bowerman FAS case? How are you? This is the second ding on this organization's membership with companies cheating labor. Every single one of them is. Every single one of them. And I'm telling you right now, if I was Pacific Preservation, those cute little girls in Southern California, I'd be finding a way to cover my sweet little patootie right now and back out of this mess and be gone before it comes to fruition. Because I'm telling you right now, every company between labor and Safeguard, between labor and Cypress, labor and PK Management and HUD, and every single one of these outfits are going to fall. They're the ones that are going to get hurt the worst with the membership, because they, just like we, don't have $1 million law firms, ladies and gentlemen. But you know Cypress does. You know Safeguard does. You know FAS or NAMFS has people that'll come in the back door for them. You know that where FAS screwed up, they didn't settle because they could have kept it quiet like the Buckzex did. Like the guy Brian, oh, we can't talk about it. We signed disclosure. You lying sack of crap. You can talk about it and you know it. And now it's time to come out and start talking about this, because it's time labor stops being cheated. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Labor stops being cheated. Let me see here. What else do we got going on in the property preservation industry? Oh, yeah. MCS next on the chopping block. If they're back charging you, keep a very tight account of it. Start tracking for a 1099 scenario. MCS, if you have emails that ask you to do AMS work, they're needed. And trust me, that is going to get even uglier than the FAS case was on that case. If you're looking at a contract, if you're, I'm in the Northern Nevada, Northern California area. I can assist in helping you organize, helping you get people in place, a supervisory type position. I am not going to go relicense my business unless it's monetarily, economically feasible to redo the preservation licensing that I had. Our licensing and insurance cost us $5,000 a year to be properly licensed. Correct, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that correct. $5,000 a year for licensing and insurance to be properly insured and licensed to do the work in the state of Nevada that we did. Think about that. So you have MCS. You have the bottom line is, if there's any kind of instructions being if you're being given, if anybody out there is being asked to do this electrical backfeeding, please send us a work order. You send it to me or Mr. Williams over there in Foreclosurepedia. We will get that in front of the people. That service has been said no. It's supposed to be off the table. We're seeing posts, and quit being chicken shit scared little sissies. Send us the work order so we can do something about it. We got people out there that are scared. I don't care what they're telling you. They're telling you to do something illegal. So you think they're actually going to be telling you the truth? Do you? I mean, come on. They're lying to you, trying to get you to complete an illegal service, telling you it's okay. You think they're telling you the truth? It's illegal to backfeed an electrical system, period. We have yet to find a state that has signed off on the legality of that. That's number one. Number two, HUD's taking it off the table. That's who it's for. HIPAA, HUD inspection report. Come on, people. It's a HUD inspection property report is what it is. That's what HIPAA is. HUD inspection property report. Come on. HUD took it off the table, so whoever's asking you to do that, they're asking you to break the law. They are complicit in a violation of the law. Get the paperwork in front of us. We'll take your name out of it. We'll sanitize it so nobody knows where it came from, so the company can't come back on you, but we'll get it in front of the right people so it stops. That's my message this Easter day. Labor, you need to grow a pair. I don't care, whatever you want to use. Get some guts, show some gumption, but you need to have the courage to be a business, operate like a business owner, and stop being pushed around. And that's what the membership of NAMFS does. It pushes everybody around. It tells you that everything's going to be fine, and then they start back charging and stealing your money. It's a game. It's a scam. That's what they've done. They've pyramided the industry. You can't do what this organization done. The organization is imploding on itself. It's slowly falling apart. There's no money for it to operate anymore because they parlayed themselves. They pyramided themselves is what they did. And the industry's ready to fall apart. We talked about this the other day. The industry is not like it was before. Will it come back? Maybe a little bit. But the reality is this. Boots on the ground are W-2 employees. You need to make your adjustments, and you need to do it quickly. Because if not, you're going to get beat up, and you're going to get beat up really bad. And it's like I'm saying, all the companies in the middle that are ACAS, who the hell is that? $14 a cubic yard. If that's what they're paying, then you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Why is anybody even doing business with them? That's stupid. It really is. If you're getting anything less than $35 a yard for debris, you're not able to make it and do it correctly per licensing, per laws and regulations in your local places. I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you say. If you're in California especially, you can't. If you're in New York, if you're in New Jersey, no, you can't make those numbers work. I don't care where you are in this country. It costs more in labor to load a yard of debris. And the reality is, NAMFS members have taken advantage of non-business minded people. They hire people from a help wanted section. They don't hire you from the business opportunities section because you were looking at general labor ads. Vicious cycle. But the reality on this is that members that are subbing, it has been declared that people subbing are that they're employees. They're not independent contractors. So be careful. If it's your business, you have to be really, really, really careful right now of what you're doing, because everybody in between, and I'm telling you right now, if there are employment lawyers out there, why you're not filing for your state is beyond me. You should be filing. Every single state should be on this bandwagon, and why nobody is dumbfounding. This is like, what do they call it? Shooting fish in a barrel. It's insane. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to think how to say this diplomatically. You hate seeing people. You really hate seeing people. Go to jail. I don't think when this all started out that anybody wanted to see anybody, go to jail or anything like that. And it starts grating on you. And after a while, it's like, you know what? I really do hope they go to jail. There's absolutely no reason, when the mistakes were seen, when everything was seen, that Mr. Miller didn't stop what's going on. He should have stopped it. He didn't. So, if you're getting back charges, 1099 them. It's not lost revenue, folks. It's stealing your money. It was and put on there for services in 2014. Remember, the money they're taking from you, you pay taxes on it. It's your money. They can't take it back. It's illegal. Scott over at Z-Lean. Scott, he'll take care of you over there at Z-Lean. That little cutie pie back there, West Virginia. If you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, Kim Savage, Women at Work, Property Management Services. She's good. And she owes me a dance at the sock hop. Don't forget to tell her, get those saddle shoes and poodle skirt ready, girl, because sock hop, hot August night. That's right. We got the prom going on out here. You bet. Hey, foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen, up to the minute fraud reporting. He's got the goods on everybody over there. He'll let you know what a good company is, what a bad company is. And of course, down there in the DeLand, Florida area, Brett Douglas, I guess he's hurt his back a little bit there. He's down. Property maintenance services, landscape maintenance services. He got the preservation services also down there. Radio stations. If you need a little shot in the arm, little promotion, little publication going on there. Get a little press time, air time, whatever. If you'd like to help develop a radio show for the property preservation industry, we're working on two subject matter things, GMO tech, of course, the GMO and the food issue, but also property preservation. And if you're looking for avenues, America Matters Media is an international radio station, and it's live 12 hours a day, and then it replays at night. So if you do a show at 9 in the morning, it plays again at 9 at night. You have that going on, so you have a different way to hear and get the message out and whatnot. A show for the industry could very well be the ticket to help labor and bring management together. I don't know. I don't know. That has always been my goal, to bring labor to the table, to have a conversation with management. labor is very critical. I don't care what you do, folks. I don't care what you do. I am labor. You are labor. We are labor. So don't forget about that. Just don't forget about that. Labor is very critical. I don't care how many times we sub the work. Eventually, somebody has to complete the work. And that's what's wrong with NAMFS and their outsourcing mentality. Every member thinks the only way to make money is outsourcing. If the only way to make money is outsourcing, why did BoozeCheck go broke? Why did Berghorst go broke? Why does Cheap Suit J not pay his staff? If all the money is being made by outsourcing, how come all the cheating is going on? How come all the theft is going on? That's an NAMFS propaganda fallacy, and it's a lie. It's a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Look, our company made respectable money, and we were a W-2 company. We covered 12,000 square miles. I had 27 employees doing the work, but I negotiated fees, and we billed accordingly. And that was the caveat in the thing. When the order mills came in and we had to go to work with them, that was where that ended up. That is where that ended up. For those of you who've been asking why I have not been making any political comments lately, I'm just going to leave it alone. I think Donald's doing okay. Do I agree with him all the time? No, I don't, but he is our president. I support the president of the United States. I also respect our Constitution, and I appreciate the fact that I have been blessed to be born in America from American parents who were the children of immigrants who came to this country legally, became citizens, and became productive members of society. They weren't raping, killing, pillaging, and being released by police departments. They came here, they established businesses, they established ranching in the community of Cupertino. They were just hardworking, honest people. That's my family background. I'm proud and I am blessed to be an American that happens to be Portuguese. That's my political statement. That is how I feel about it. And I really think that if everybody got off, let's think about something for just a minute. I may not like Eric Miller for what he's doing. You may like Eric Miller for what he's doing. But for you and I to fight about that, it's kind of stupid. Why don't we bring Eric Miller to the table and get him involved? That has been my goal. That has been the goal of the guy over there at foreclosurepedia.org. Bring labor to the table. It's an integral part of the industry. Got to have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got to have it. And it's time labor steps up and says, okay, enough. We have to address this in a proper manner. Look at the International Association Field Service Technicians. I highly recommend you take a peek at what they have to offer. It's not just, and what I'm seeing a lot of people with that NAMFS tag on their window in that organization. And that tells me one thing. They're the smart members of NAMFS because they see the writing on the wall and they're going another direction. And that is what IFAST is, folks. It's going another direction. It's taking the industry another direction. And the reality is it's time. It really is time to go another direction in the industry. You can't continue. You just can't continue doing illegal stuff. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. Unfortunately for labor, this industry hasn't been a priority. It hasn't been on anybody's radar. Well, guess what? It is now, and especially with the Bowerman FAS case. I know right now, Cypress, PK Management, they're all like, oh boy, we're going to have a problem. But they have done nothing to rectify the situation. They've doubled down on their BS. Now, I'm sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, as a business, unless you have a government contract, nobody should be asking for your Social Security number and your personal information. period. This BS with the ACH where we only do ACH and for you to get that, it allows them in the back door. They can come into your account anytime and take money. That's illegal. They can't do that. Man, I just, when I see what they've done, I'm sorry I get upset. I'm sorry I call labor stupid, but come on, common sense, folks. Nobody needs money this bad. I'm sorry. None of you need money this bad. Obama left so many freebies in place. Go get them right now until they're taken away, for crying out loud. You don't need money that bad. I'm sorry. And if you are working for some of those fees, like those fees, ACAA or ACAS or whatever the heck that company is, that they're just stealing. Come on. No, you can't. $14, man. You can't even do the services for those fees. You can't even do the services. There's not even a break-even scenario with that company. So do yourself a favor and avoid them. Really avoid them. They're on the watch list too. That's BS. You can't pay those kind of fees. That's not even minimum wage, for crying out loud. If you need help, break-even analysis, break-even point, I got some videos I can get over to you. Let me know. If you would want to talk about some advertising radio time, I can help you there too. We got website stuff going on. I got, smudges. I got holistic herbs. We got strawberries, ladies and gentlemen. $4 a dozen. $4 a dozen bare root strawberry plants. The Quinault Eversweet. Those are those big berries you see in the store. That's what they. Good stuff, Maynard. Good stuff. We'll have planters ready for Mother's Day and Father's Day. So, Dad likes strawberries too. Don't forget Pop. Don't forget Pop. And you know what? I'm telling you right now, you give Dad a strawberry basket and tell him, let's go fishing. It'll be the best day you've had with your dad in a long time. I'll guarantee it. And Mom, Mom, all you got to do is something nice for Mom. Give her some strawberries. She's going to love you forever. Unless, of course, she's allergic to them. But Mom will take care of you too, man. Always take care of Mom. Take care of Dad. They do, not all of them, but, some of them get wrapped up in them drugs. They get to ignore and do stupid stuff. But for the most part, I think we all know Mom and Dad, they really do the best to try to help us out and get a leg up in life, as they say. I know my mom was a good gal, and my dad he was a good dude, man. He really was. But so much for the strawberries. We got strawberries. I got planters. I got planters. I got some unique stuff. I got a coffee pot. It's a planter. Got an old feeder. It's a planter. We got an old shipping crate. It's a planter. You got a log. I'll cut it up, make a planter for you. That's what I do. I create garden things. Sustainable. That's the word I was looking for, ladies and gentlemen. I create sustainable agriculture stuff for people. That's what I do. I create sustainable agriculture programs, and I have a good time doing it because I enjoy it. Learn to farm, learn to fish. You're never going hungry, I guess. That's what my dad taught me, and I have a great time doing it these days. And I have a great time helping people develop their properties and their areas into gardens that produce food for themselves. Know your farmer, know your food. A big supporter of that too, folks. Tuesday's GMO report is got some good stuff. Got some really good stuff coming in. And of course, we'll talk about MDG Blogger. She got a great blog over there back there in Pennsylvania. So, to get out of here today, happy Easter, folks. Let me just say that. We'll wish everybody happy Easter, and I hope your life is half as blessed as mine. I'm pretty lucky sometimes. If you're being back charged, remember, it's a 1099 situation. MCS is going to be the next. Look, MCS is in very dire financial straits. If they owe you money, start leaning properties. Don't even mess with it. If you need some help, contact myself. Contact Mr. Williams, foreclosurepedia.org, foreclosurepedia.org. He'll get you fraud information on the companies. He'll let you know. If you contact Mr. Williams, be ready to step up to the plate and do what you have to do. I'm the same way now. Don't call me crying. If you're ready to do what you got to do, let's do it. Because that's how change happens. We don't get to sign a petition in this someofus.org or moveon.org. We don't sign petitions. We have to take care of business, and labor has to come together. So, that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. Hope your Easter weekend has been a very great one. It's been fantastic for me. Let's all have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.